The next topic is regular falsy method or method of false position. This method is used to find a real root of the equation f of x equal to 0. That is similar to Newton-Raphson method. Here also we find a real root of the given equation by using one method. So here the formula is x1 equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. So in case of Newton-Raphson method, we already know that we can form an interval a comma b so that f of a and f of b have two unequal signs, or f of a and f of b have opposite signs. Then the real root of the equation will lie in between a and b. So now in case of regular falsy method, what we do is first we calculate one initial interval a comma b, and from that initial interval we frame one more interval a comma b, and using that we calculate the value of first approximation x1. After finding x1, for finding the next iteration value, which is x2, we take one more interval a comma b and we get the value of x2, and so on. We continue the procedure until we get the values of two consecutive iterations as same. Problems. First one, find the real root of the equation x cube minus 2x minus 5 equal to 0 using regular falsy method. Carry out two iterations. So what we have to do here is first take the function f of x. F of x is nothing but x cube minus 2x minus 5, and to perform first iteration etc. First of all, I need one interval which is of the form a comma b. So how do you get that interval here? We start from the number 0. F of 0 is nothing but minus 5, which is less than 0. F of 1 is nothing but minus 6, again a negative value. F of 2 is nothing but minus 1, a negative value. And what is f of 3? That's equal to plus 16, a value which is greater than 0. So now from this you can say that the root lies between 2 and 3. Because how do you frame an interval a comma b? To make an interval a comma b, the condition is f of a and f of b sign should not match. So from this you can say that the required answer should be in between the numbers 2 and 3. So now to get the interval for the first iteration, what we have to do is we have to get one more interval a comma b. So now how do you make that new interval a comma b is, we will check the numbers here. For f of 2, the value is nothing but minus 1, and for f of 3, the value is nothing but 16. So if you take this scale over here, if this is 0, here is minus 1, and here is say 16. So now out of these two numbers, minus 1 and plus 16, minus 1 is more close to 0 when compared to the number 16. So that says that your required root should be close enough to this number 2 than to this number 3. So what we do is, if you take this as the interval 2 comma 3, since the required root should be close enough to this number 2, we take a number which is close to 2. Say I will take 2.1, and I will calculate the value of f of 2.1. What is the value of f of 2.1? It is nothing but 0.061, a value which is greater than 0. So now using this, you can make the interval a comma b. How do we make the interval a comma b? F of a and f of b, the signs should not match, or those two things should have opposite signs. And the one more condition for regular falsy method is the difference between b and a should be a small number, or the difference between b minus a should be small enough. So now for f of 2, the value was negative, and for f of 2.1, the value is what? 0.061. So now for f of 2, you have negative sign here, and for f of 2.1, you have positive sign here. So first condition is true. And also you can see that the difference between 2.1 and 2 is small enough. So what we do is we make our new interval as 2, 2.1. So now that says that the required answer lies between these two numbers. So now we perform the first iteration x1, and x1 is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. So a is 2, f of b is f of 2.1 minus b is 2.1, f of a will be nothing but f of 2. F of 2 is already here, divided by f of b minus f of a, that is f of 2.1 minus f of 2. So if you calculate that, the answer for x1 is 2.0942. So now using this, you have to get the next iteration, that is second iteration. So how do you make the second iteration here? For calculating the second iteration value, you need a new interval a comma b. So to get that, from the previous iteration, we already know that the answer is close enough to 2 and 2.1. So what we do in this case is we calculate the value of f of x1, or we find the value of f of 2.1. What is f of 2.1? So we calculate the value of f of 2.0942. What is the value of f of 2.0942? That's equal to minus 0.00392, which is a negative value. So now let's see whether we can make an interval a comma b. So f of a and f of b should have opposite signs, and the difference between b minus a should be small enough. So you have the next interval as f of 2. You have 2.0942 here, and you have 2.1. So the next interval is 2.0942, 2.1. Because f of 2.0942 is negative and f of 2.1, it's a positive value. So this is your next interval now. So from this, I can calculate the value of x2. Same formula is used, a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. But now the values of a and b will be different. So when you calculate that, the second iteration value is 2.09455. Since I have asked you to calculate or carry out only 2 iterations, you can stop right here and write the conclusion immediately. Therefore, the required root is x equal to 2.09455. Let's solve the next problem, that is compute the fourth root of 12 correct to 3 decimal places. So now here, what do you have to calculate is fourth root of 12. So the term which is unknown to you is this one, fourth root of 12. Let's take this value as x. That implies what? X power 4 is equal to 12, and that implies that x power 4 minus 12 is equal to 0. From this, I can get the function which I need, f of x, which is equal to x power 4 minus 12. So now, how do you get the required interval a comma b? So we know that this number 12 lies between 1 and 16. So now, if you want to calculate fourth root of 1, and suppose you want to calculate fourth root of 12, and you have to find fourth root of 16. Now, what is fourth root of 1? Fourth root of 1 is nothing but 1. And what is fourth root of 16? That's nothing but 2. So what is this saying here? That means the first interval here is nothing but 1, 2. That means the required answer should be in between the numbers 1 and 2. So now from this 1 and 2, we have to find out the required root is close enough to 1 or close enough to 2. So if you calculate f of 1 will be nothing but what? It will be nothing but minus 11, a negative value. And what will be f of 2? F of 2 is nothing but 2 power 4, 16 minus 12, that is 4, which is a positive value, which is greater than 0. So now, out of this minus 11 and plus 4, which number is more close to 0? That number is 2. That means what? The required root is close enough to 2 than to this number 1. So if you take this scale over here, say 1 and 2, since the required root lies close enough to this number 2, let me take a number which is close enough to 2. So I'll take, say, 1.9. If you calculate the value of f of 1.9, f of 1.9 is nothing but 1.0321. But now I can't make the interval from 1.9 and 2. Why? Because both of them, look at their RHS values, both of them they are taking positive values. To make an interval a comma b, f of a or f of p, at least one of them should have a negative sign. So I can't make the interval from 1.9 and 2. But what I can do is I can try for 1.8. So if I take 1.8 and if I calculate f of 1.8, my answer will be minus 1.5024. Now this value here is a negative value. So you can see that if I take my next interval a comma b as 1.8 comma 1.9, the difference between 1.8 and 1.9 is small enough, and they do have opposite signs. F of 1.8 is a negative value and f of 1.9 is a positive value. So my next interval or the interval for the first iteration will be nothing but 1.8 comma 1.9. So if you use the formula, a is 1.8 now, then f of b is f of 1.9 minus b is 1.9, f of a is f of 1.8, f of b minus f of a, that is f of 1.9 minus f of 1.8. So the value of x1 is equal to 1.8593. Then let's perform the second iteration. So for second iteration, what we do is we calculate the value of f of x1, and here x1 is nothing but 1.8593. So if you find out f of 1.8593, your answer is a negative value, that is minus 0.0492. So now let's see how do we make the interval a comma b. To make the interval a comma b, we can take this term as a. So our interval will be 1.8593 and the upper limit is 1.9, because f of 1.8593 is negative and f of 1.9 is positive, and the difference between 1.8593 and 1.9 is small enough. So taking this values of a and b, we can immediately find the value of x2, and x2 is equal to 1.8612. So now I need to perform the third iteration. So for third iteration, we will calculate the value of f of x2. What is f of x2? That is f of 1.8612. And if you calculate that, the answer is minus 0.00025. Again, a negative value. So from this, I can make a new interval a comma b. Now, this will be a, and the value of b will be nothing but 1.9 itself. So I get 1.8612, and here I get 1.9. Here you can ask, why can't I take this value and this value? I can't do that, because if I take this as my interval f of 1.8593 and this one, both of them, they have got negative sign, so I can't make one interval like that. So I will have to take one value which is giving negative value over here, and the other one which is giving you positive value. So this is my next interval. Using that, I have to calculate x3. After 3 iterations, I get the required root as, you can see that x2 and x3 values are almost same. Therefore, the required root is x equal to 1.861. Next problem. Use the regular falsy method to obtain a root of the equation 2x minus log x with base 10 equal to 7, which lies between 3.5 and 4, and carry out 2 iterations. So what they have clearly told here is the interval is already given, and using this interval itself, you can immediately perform the first iteration. So what is f of x here? F of x here is nothing but 2x minus log x with the base 10 minus 7, and interval a comma b, which you need for the first iteration, is already given. That's nothing but 3.5 comma 4. So taking this interval a comma b over here, I will get the answer for x1. So let me just calculate f of 3.5 here. F of 3.5 is nothing but a negative value, minus 0.5441, and f of b, that is f of 4, is nothing but 0.3979 greater than 0. So from this I get the value of x1. x1 is equal to 3.7889. Let's perform the second iteration. So I need a new interval a comma b. So let me calculate f of x1. F of x1 is f of 3.7889. That's equal to minus 0.00071, a negative value. So how do you write the next interval a comma b? A comma b is equal to f of 3 point, this is nothing but a negative value, and f of 4 is a positive value. So I can take these two and make my interval. So the interval is 3.7889, 4. After taking this interval, I can perform the second iteration and calculate the value of x2. So x2 is equal to 3.7893. So after performing 2 iterations, you can immediately write the conclusion here. Therefore, the required root is 3.7893. Next problem. Find the real root of the equation x log x with base 10 minus 1.2 equal to 0. So what is f of x here? F of x is equal to x log x with the base 10 minus 1.2. So as usual, what we do is we start from 0, but if you start from 0, please note that log 0 with the base 10 is not defined. So we start from 1. So what is f of 1? F of 1 is equal to 1 into log 1 minus 1.2, which is equal to minus 1.2, a negative value. Then f of 2. F of 2 is equal to minus 0.5979, again a negative value. F of 3. F of 3 is equal to 0.2314, a value which is greater than 0. So that means that your answer or the answer lies between the numbers 2 and 3. So now from this you have to decide the interval which you need for first iteration. Look at the values here. For f of 2 the value is minus 0.5, and for f of 3 the value is nothing but plus 0.23. So out of these two numbers, the value which is more close to 0 is this value, that is 0.2314. So what does that say? That means that the required root is more close to 3 than this number 2. So if you take this scale 2 and 3, what we have to do is we have to take the number which is close to 3. So I'll take say 2.9. So if you calculate f of 2.9, your answer is 0.1409. Again a positive value. So what do? We take another value here, that is 2.8. So f of 2.8 is nothing but 0.052. I can't make any interval here because I'm not getting different signs. Then I can take f of 2.7. F of 2.7 is nothing but minus 0.0353. So now I can make one interval a comma b, because I have the signs of f of a and f of b and the signs are different. So which is that interval a comma b? That interval a comma b is nothing but 2.7 comma 2.8, because f of 2.7 is a negative value and f of 2.8 is a positive value. So I have the interval as 2.7 comma 2.8. So using this, perform the first iteration. X1, a is here, b is here. Perform the iteration and you will get the answer of x1 as 2.7404. Now using this, we perform the second iteration. So first we find f of x1, that is equal to f of 2.7404, that is equal to a negative value minus 0.00021. Since this value is negative, what will be the next interval a comma b? The next interval a comma b will be 2.7404 comma 2.8. Use this, perform the second iteration, and your answer for x2 is equal to 2.7406. Let's perform the next iteration, that is, let's first find f of x2, that's equal to f of 2.7406. So if you calculate the value here, your answer is a negative value, that is minus 0.00004. So now how do you get the interval a comma b? The interval is 2.7406 comma 2.8. Use this interval and calculate the value of x3. So now here you can see that the previous two iteration values are exactly same. You have x2 and x3 values as 2.7406. So you can immediately write the conclusion, that is, the required root is x is equal to 2.7406. Let's solve the last problem. Find the real root of the equation cos x equal to 3x minus 1 correct to 3 decimal places. So f of x here is cos x minus 3x plus 1. Now, how do you make the interval? Let's calculate f of 0. What is f of 0 here? F of 0 is equal to 2. What is f of 1? F of 1 is equal to minus 1.4597. So what does this say? That means the answer lies between 0 and 1, because for an interval a comma b, the sign of f of a and f of b should not match. So here you have positive sign and here you have negative sign. Please remember that when you are solving this, you will have to use radians mode because you have a trigonometric function, that is cos x here. So now, how do you make the interval a comma b, which I need for my first iteration? Since you already know that your answer lies between 0 and 1, let's see how to make the interval. Now, here the root is, or here the value is 2 and here the value is minus 1.4597. This value is more close to 0 when compared to this value 2. So that means what? The required root lies between 0 and 1 and it is more close to 1 than to 0. So we take a number, say 0.9, which is close to 1, and let's see whether we can make one interval here. So if we calculate f of 0.9, I get a negative value again, that is minus 1.0784. I can't make the interval from this as 0.9 and 1 because both of them, they have got negative sign. So let me see whether I can get some root from f of 0.8. F of 0.8 is again a negative value, that is minus 0.7033. So I can't make one interval. So if you continue like that, you will get f of 0.7 as minus 0.3352, a negative value. And if you calculate f of 0.6, then you get a positive value, that is 0.0253. So now I can write the interval which I need for my first iteration, that is a comma b. So which is that interval here? That interval is nothing but 0.6 comma 0.7, because they both have got opposite signs, that is this is negative and this is positive, and the difference between 0.6 and 0.7 is small enough. So the interval a comma b is 0.6 comma 0.7. Let's calculate the first iteration. So x1, this is a, this is b, f of b is here, f of a is here. So the answer for x1 is nothing but 0.607. We can perform the second iteration, that is f of x1, that is equal to f of 0.607. If you solve it, your answer is 0.00036. This is a positive value. So how do you make an interval a comma b? To make an interval a comma b, you have this as a positive value and f of 0.7 is a negative value. So what should be the interval? The interval should be 0.607, 0.7, because for this one it is positive and for this value it's a negative value. So this should be your interval. So using this, perform the second iteration. Again you are getting same answer 0.607, which is same as the first iteration value. Since two iteration values are exactly same, we write the conclusion as the required root is x equal to 0.607.